Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Blockable right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now today we are going to debunk this golden cross which has occurred on XRP allegedly. Now, usually when you actually plot two moving averages, this is how you get the golden cross. So first and foremost, you plot two moving averages. The first moving average is a 200-day moving average, which a lot of institutional traders will use, investment, hedge funds, etc., etc. And you'll also use the 50-day moving average as well. So once those two trend lines, not the trend lines, but the moving averages converge, say for example here, so you got the green moving average here, and you've also got the orange moving average here. So the orange moving average here is a 200-day. And then the green is a lot more volatile, and that would be the 50-day moving average. So once this actually crosses through, once the green comes from underneath and crosses through the 200-day moving average, that is what you'd typically be known as golden cross. And obviously over on Investopedia, this will you can have a look through this as well. So you've got golden cross versus death cross. Golden cross and death cross are basically opposing indicators, but they basically work exactly the same way. So let me just get back to that current picture. So for example, when the green goes through here, the orange, that's the golden cross, and then obviously once the green actually falls back through the 200-day moving average, that would be the death cross, signaling a bear market, or basically to signal and indicate to traders in the market, you must exit your positions, get out, because there's going to be blood in the streets. Now really, you shouldn't be using a 4 to 5 day sort of time frame. Who uses a 4-day time frame? Usually you'd use a 24-hour, use a daily, or you'd use a weekly. Sometimes, macro traders even go up to a monthly. Day traders will typically use a 15-minute to an hour sort of time frame to get in and out of positions throughout the day. However, really, accurately, you wouldn't be using a 4-day time frame. So for me, this would invalidate the golden cross. However, that's not to say that you can't use it on a 4-day, 5-day. So for me, this is still accurate because, 200-day, 50-day moving averages, even though they're typically used on the daily chart, it doesn't mean that you can't use them on the 4-day, 5-day. So this is actually a brilliant find, and obviously this guy has actually come up with some thesis as why we are expecting some massive gains now. So on the 4-day chart, we've actually broken here, and obviously, we've gone to the upside again down here at the base of this sort of wedge here back in 2017-18 cycle. Boom, and here it is now. So technically, from a TA point of view on the 4-day chart, we've actually not broken out of this massive wedge. Now if we go over to my charts now on the linear charts, we've already broken the apex, but there's also linear charts as well, linear charts and log charts, sorry. So I'm guessing this is done on the log chart. That would be my guess. Obviously it's not stipulated with that information, but I'm guessing this has been drawn on the log chart. Like I say, we've not broken out of this wedge, and there's still time to actually pinger out, pinball here towards the end of the year. And this would coincide exactly with what I was saying back over onto my pinned tweet, where I do expect us to get the official breakout at the end of the year. So we've revisited this a few times. So worst case scenario, we're going to ping ball around to the end of the year. That's no biggie, because the XRP community have been holding on now for the past 6-7 years, ever since we set that all-time high back in January of 2018. So there's nothing new there. However, coming to my charts, these are the linear charts here, and this is why you can tell here. So usually you'd have to hover down into this right-hand corner to actually flick between log chart and the linear chart, okay? So typically, linear charts are used more often than not, but institutional investors, hedge funds, etc. tend to be using log charts, because obviously it takes into effect like the percentages and diminishing gains as well. So you can kind of get a rough sort of ratio of where we would be in equivalent to previous market data and previous cycles. Now, I've just highlighted just 2 or 3 of these previous golden crosses that have actually occurred on the linear charts. Now they do happen quite often. Now this is the weekly chart, and I can also take us down to the daily as well. I will zoom in, but right now we are getting across here We actually crossed around, obviously it's flicking around here, we probably crossed middle of last week on the weekly chart. Obviously we're bouncing around from Monday to Monday because we're on the weekly. Like I said, I will go into the daily as well, but we've had one here, we've also had one here. Nothing really happened. You can see where the green, which would be the 50 day, so I've got this indicator here, you can tell. So the green moving average is obviously the 50 day, and then the red moving average is obviously the 200 day. So you can see here the green's gone through, so that signals a golden cross, so that would equate to a buy. But it's not necessarily a buy. Like if you're buying here when this actually crosses, you're actually buying the top of this market, in my opinion, because then we've actually rolled down. And the same's happened here. We've literally, if you actually mark up here, you're literally buying the top of this candle, unless you've been fortunate enough to buy at the beginning of the week before this is actually closed. So obviously you'd wait for the 50-day moving average to close above the 200-day moving average to signal that golden cross. Now by the time you get that signal, that weekly candle is closing, so you're technically buying at the high, at the local high, and then you're running it down. So for me, that is not a reliable indicator to show that XRP will be going into a massive bull market. To me, moving averages are lagging indicators, which is exactly why I do not typically like using indicators, because really you're just blinding yourself and all the viewers. You're just overcomplicating your charts. I like clean charts, which is what I've always done. We can go back down here through history again. Look, you can see the green line crosses the red line. Again, you're literally getting in at the top of the market. Again, it capitulates and then grinds off the bottom of this sort of major structure. Where are we here? Again, if that crosses, you're getting in on this red candle. So you're pretty much buying that top of that second peak. And then you've got obviously you've got that capitulation, you've got the retracement before the big sort of plummet down again to retest that big support that has been going on for 6-7 years here, ever since we actually pumped out of here back in 2017. So yeah, 7 years. So again, guys, I wouldn't take the golden cross as an indicator. However, let's just go down to the daily as well, because I'm sure we'll have some more information. Let's just reactivate that. So let's see where we are here. Again, look at this, where these crosses again. Golden cross, you're actually buying the local high. So do not be getting in on local highs just because of the golden cross. It's just absolute stupidity. Now, whoever's running with this sort of thesis that we are going to run up based on the golden cross, it's inaccurate. However, what I would say, we are at the precipice now, because for me, even if we take these away, these moving averages, we know that XRP has already broken out here on the linear chart. So we're literally just waiting for this $125 fine to be paid off by Ripple, because sometimes the TA always seems to marry up with the fundamental analysis, with the news. So the news and the charts usually marry up. Now, a lot of the times news will get delayed. The reason being is because it isn't marrying up with the charts. Because what they say is, the old Wall Street saying is, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Now, you couldn't tell someone what's happening in the market, but all you can say is, we've had some bullish information around here. This bullish information, one of these bounces, I don't know which one it was when Annalisa Torres came out and basically said that Ripple must pay the $125 million fine. So that was bullish. So that's obviously why we've run up, and it's kind of coincided with the macro structure, which we've illustrated with this technical analysis. Okay, so that is XRP. We all know where XRP is heading at the moment. And I do believe we do get the official breakout at the end of the year. So there's no rush with XRP. Now, let's just take a look. Let's sort out some of these biggest gainers. Let's just reverse that. Let's have a look. So WTK, that's built on XDC, up 14%. You got DAG, 7%. Quant, never really cover Quant, so we'll have a look at Quant as well. We'll go with the lines with market. Again, you want to make these charts as simple to follow as possible. You don't want to overcomplicate it with half a dozen different moving averages I will literally just draw the trend lines in for the major support and the major resistance. So that would be the supply and demand levels in the markets. Now you can use, I've also used order block detectors as well with this one. Obviously I don't pay a premium, so I can't have that one. So what I'll have to do is remove that. And then if I wanted to get the order blocks in, I can do. So the order blocks are obviously loading up there. This is obviously a different one to what I usually tend to use, but you can see where the liquidity is now, for example on Quant. So this is where the orders are, so naturally price action, whether it be on Quant, whether it be on the XRP chart, whether it be on XDC, VELO, it doesn't really matter. We will gravitate towards these order blocks because this is where the demand is, and the market always serves the demand. So we can expect Quant to first visit that $100 mark. Whether or not we roll over, we could pinball again till the end of the year, similarly to XRP in that respect. We do get a lot of similar charts in the markets. Let's just disable that. So you can see what's going on here. Obviously that's been tailored to the weekly, which is why it's not catching the high. But if you wanted to do to the weekly, this is all you'd have to do. So it's very, very simple. It looks like we've broken down out of this macro wedge. Again, putting FUD into the market. Now, I don't expect Quant to go much lower than this. It could do. Could potentially take out this low around about $43. Currently trading about $63. But that wouldn't be a biggie. You'd place your orders if you've got new capital coming into the markets. Now, I'm quickly going to cover XLM because someone requested it. And we'll finish off with XDC next. Before I go as well, I want to cover XDC, XRP, and I'll also cover XRP Bitcoin chart as well because we have been covering those 7 consecutive weekly candles. Let's have a look where we are. This bit here. So I posted this tweet on 19th of August, so that was only yesterday. So if there's any doubt, XRP begins printing its 7 consecutive weekly candle, green candle. Now that has never been done with that particular chart, and I'm going to get into it shortly. So first and foremost, XLM. Let's cover this quickly as we can. I don't want to waste your time, and I want to make it more as enjoyable as possible. So where are we? Yeah, again, very, very simple structure here. We're on the daily here. So we've actually broken out of the wedge, in my opinion. It looks like we've had that retest there. You can see where that white line's come down. Now, if I was to flick over, wow, look at that. That wick straight back down to test the apex. So that's obviously retested the apex successfully in my mind. Obviously this linear chart just accounts for closes as well, so that's why you can't see any white lines wicking in to the apex there. But XLM is on the right side of history now, so XLM looks to be leaving the station. XLM currently trading at around, is it 9-10 cent there? 9-10 cent. So yeah, really good buy in my opinion. And all-time high is up here around 73 cents. So yeah, some brilliant gains to be had with XLM. I still believe XRP has got better returns on investment, which is why XLM isn't as popular in terms of YouTubers covering Stellar Lumens. However, there is some fantastic projects on Stellar with a better return on investment. Number one being VELO. If you've not had a look into VELO, you don't know what it is, I'd definitely research it. And we've also got, you can see VELO down here. VELO's really good. Got a fantastic return on investment. That's currently trading just above 1 cent. And you can see the actual potential returns here. Got the all-time high up here at $1.93. So if you're buying in at 1 cent, you know, I just have to fathom the returns there. Let's have a look at XDC. Where are we with XDC? Let's just close that down. Now we are at the end as well. Similar to XLM, we have broken out. We have had that fake out to the downside. Now, XDC was very interesting to cover because we've actually got this consolidation here. Now I'm just going to take it off lines with markers and just have a look at this volume here. So this is on the daily. So for the past, since 9th of August, we've now been trading 11 days within this tight sort of range, which is unprecedented in my opinion. This just never happens. Yes, we get low volume in the markets, But the fact that we're trading here, we're actually printing a doji here, so that looks really good in my opinion for new capital, new volume to come into the market. So let's just hone in onto the hourly here. Look how tight this is. Imagine if you're a day trader, there's literally no volume whatsoever. Like XDC is literally being entrapped here, which is absolutely remarkable. I've never seen anything like it on such a promising token, which was ultimately going to help facilitate this new global financial system. We do know that XDC is targeting that $5.2 trillion trade finance gap, along with XRP will help as well in that sort of sector as well. I have read articles on that recently, so XRP is getting involved. I thought XDC had trade finance on lock, but it's not entirely on lock in my opinion. Maybe XRP can provide liquidity as well to what XDC is going to be utilised for. But anyway, XDC is very, very interesting because we got the breakout. However, it's to the downside. We've retested and then we've kind of consolidated just below the apex. Very, very, very bizarre. But if you look at the fundamental analysis with the news coming, we are aware, or it is public knowledge, that XDC 2.0 will be released next month. So that is literally a week or two away now, until we roll into September. Whether or not be at the beginning of September, middle, at the end of September, I don't know exactly the date when XDC 2.0 will roll out, but I expect XDC to run up massively. We've got some catching up with XRP to do, because XRP has already exceeded previous all-time highs from the previous cycle, and we all know the previous high of XDC is currently, I think it was about 19 cent, wasn't it? Let's just scroll up here. Yeah, you can see on the chart here, 19.5 cent. So we've basically got, what's that? Is that like a 9x, 9x to get up to all-time highs again? So I do expect that to occur at some point. When? I don't know. I just know we're at a really good price here in terms of accumulation. So pack your bags. Before we go, we was going to cover XRP Bitcoin as well. Just stay with me. Where are you? XRP Bitcoin. Still looking really good. We are on the 7th consecutive green candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again, this looks really good, and we're actually printing outside of the wedge. And we've also taken the lows as well. So the lows here was around here. You could argue these were the lows, but for me, this was a wick. What I want to be targeting is the weekly closes. So for me, the weekly closes went in around this sort of section here in December of 2020. You've got another sort of retest down there in March of 21. For me, we took out, I think we just missed out on taking the lows, you know. Say I'm going to have to draw this horizontal line in, so for me the weekly close was around there, here. So let's just zoom in, see if we've actually taken out. We have taken out that weekly low here. You can see where we've wicked down on this candle. So for me, weekly lows have been closed, which is positive. So that means XRP, in my opinion, can start moving in a bullish fashion against the Bitcoin. So we are due to run up here and create one peak, two peak, which from current data, let me just move the branding. Now we'll have to do this accurately. Let's have a look. Let's just click on current price action. So we're there. I believe we could actually rally up to around this sort of blue line. I've explained in other videos why I've actually marked this horizontal blue line out as the target for the first peak. That's looking at around a 45x. So that is really, 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 really bullish for XRP. And I believe that puts us around that sort of $28 mark as well, which I will be taking profits off the table. Although that's bullish for XRP against the Bitcoin, there's a coin that's actually bullish against XRP. And yes, you guessed it, we've already covered it in today's video. It is XDC. I'm going to show you guys now and make it real simple for you guys. So again, you can see what's going on with the weekly. Got that high, you've got that inception, you got that tap, rejection, we've got the breakout, set the new all-time high. we grind down, retest, strong rejection, that's when we actually capitulate, and then we've actually traded down, grinded down ever since July of 23 now to the apex. So again, this is a bullish chart in my opinion, so this means that XRP from this point has obviously been outperforming XDC, and then XDC from this point was obviously going to sky high in my opinion, which means XDC will be outperforming XRP. That doesn't mean XRP is doing bad, or it's retracing negatively. It just means XDC is making more gains than XRP, if you will. So I'm pretty much all in XDC as we wait for the XDC 2.0 next month. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the content, please consider like, subscribing, sharing. Do what you gotta do, guys. I've been a Blobble. Hope you enjoyed the content. Peace out. Boom.